What's going on, guys? My name is Dave Higgins. Welcome to Sandbox Xplorer. Okay, so we have a Nintendo Direct today. It is the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character that's going to be added with the DLC. So I think there's going to be another 5-character DLC pack released shortly after, maybe even announced at the end of this video. And it says at the top, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mr. Sakura presents Plioff. Plioff! I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's already somebody that I should know, but I don't. Or it's... God, if it is a Fire Emblem character, I'm going to be super pissed, honestly. But without further ado, let's go. Nothing against Fire Emblem. There's just way too many Fire Emblem characters already. There's at the very least, there's enough. I hope it's not a character like that. I hope it's like a unique character. Like Crash Bandicoot is a unique character, not just kind of like, again, nothing against it in general, but not just like an anime character, basically. Like, so I hope it is like a unique character. I have a feeling it won't be, but let's find out. So let's get this started. If it's Dovahkiin, I'll be super happy, but it won't be. There's no way it will be. Oh, God, it already looks like... No, you gotta be kidding me. Is it really like a... I don't know if this is Fire Emblem, but it looks like Fire Emblem to me.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
It's probably a character from Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I haven't played, which I bet is a good game, but I will play it eventually. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but, like, dude... Overall, I've been really kind of disappointed with the Super Smash Bros. DLC.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap?
Yeah, this is from Fire Emblem, right?
If you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be.
Okay.
Are you prepared to die?
I guess. He's not. Blech! Is not prepared to die.
I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice.
Oh, that sucks.
You must join Smash.
Huh?
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
Wow.
So joining Smash.
Oh my goodness.
Even the darkness itself.
What? They're adding a Fire Emblem character to Super Smash Bros.? No way! They've never done that. There aren't a lot of Fire Emblem characters in Super Smash Bros. At all. This is very unique and different. It's not going to be basically like a clone of another character at all. At least Dragon Quest Hero is like, there wasn't a Dragon Quest character. Bruh. Honestly, I'm kind of pissed off about this. This is stupid, in my opinion. If you are happy about this, good for you, and I'm happy for you that you're happy. But for me, this is wicked stupid.
You
like,
wield the sword as well?
Enough with the Fire Emblem characters.
What will you do?
Seriously, enough with the Fire Emblem characters. Way too many.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Also, feel free to enlighten me as to specifically who Plioff is. Maybe is it the character you are? I don't really know. But like honestly, I'm honestly wicked disappointed that it's another freaking Fire Emblem character. Plioff recruits Plioff. So there's like a male and a female one. I don't understand. Like, sure, that's great, cool.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Like, is this the main character of Fire Emblem Three Houses that you are, and you can choose to be a dude or a chick or something? I don't...
Use Amir's overwhelming power.
Ugh. Legit, the only DLC character that I've actually been, like, excited for was Crash Bandicoot.
Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Really? Get out of here. Leave Isabel alone.
Your will and mine be now as one! To you, both sides of time are revealed! Through Smash, show the world!
Yay! Dude. Jesus. Whoa, a Fire Emblem character. Wow.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle.
Oh, Byleth. I said
Fire
it wrong
Emblem
the whole
Three
time.
Houses was released just last summer,
Whatever.
so it's still very new. Even so,
Plioff,
you'll soon be able to play as them
Byleth.
in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things.
What's Fire
so don't
Emblem? I've
worry.
never heard of it before. There is no characters in Super Smash Bros. of
First
Fire
off,
Emblem at all.
What is Fire Emblem?
If you're playing Super Smash Bros., you don't know what Fire
It's
Emblem
really
is.
hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle.
Yeah, a tactical turn-based strategy game.
When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games.
Yep.
Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
mean, that's
direct language though, so perhaps we
unique.
should just say they're sleeping with the fishes.
You can't say die.
But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
I mean, like, yeah, that's a
Recent
definitely
entries
a
in the series maintain this
tolling,
concept of
whatever.
permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with
The
that.
game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Okay.
There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game.
I
First
can't believe
comes
they're
your
adding
opponent.
another Fire Emblem
They
character.
attack and you counter. Next comes your turn.
I'm like actually really irritated about this. Like,
And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series. People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge.
do
I'll
we
give
need
it a
to?
try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝紋章の謎聖戦の系譜トラキア776、封印の剣烈火の剣、聖魔の功績、草原の奇跡暁の女神、新暗黒竜新紋章、覚醒イフヒーローズエコーズ風化設立
There you go, 17.
今変な数え方してました
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right?
Yes.
I was counting in binary.
That's pretty impressive.
これが全部
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Honestly,
And then
that
you
is
get
more
16.
interesting than a Fire Emblem character
Add
being
one
added to
and you
Super
get
Smash Bros.
17.
again.
Awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually the first interesting thing that's happened in
You
this
can actually
direct.
count up to 31 on one hand. And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
畳の数を数える
Do it.
根の数を数える
If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
Oh, I should try it out now because I'm bored.
What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Byleth.
Byleth. Okay, so that is what it
becomes
is.
a professor who ends up
You don't need to
leading
tell
one
me
of
now in the
3
comments because I know,
academic
but feel
houses.
free to if you'd like to anyways.
Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses.
I mean, this
After a certain incident,
Fire Emblem
5
Three
years
Houses
pass,
does look
and you meet up
interesting.
with
I
your
just
grown-up
haven't played it
students to
yet.
battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example, because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
Nope.
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game
Well, if
has
there's a
multiple
second
routes,
Fighter
and
Pass
the outcome of
pack,
each is very
whatever,
different.
that gets announced,
The
there's
experience will
no
vary
way
depending on the route you
at
choose,
all.
and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the way.
Yeah.
I'll
There's
try
no
to
way at
avoid
all I'm going to
spoilers
buy
when
it
I'm
in
talking
advance
about
this
the
time.
fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month
Oh
in
yeah,
advance.
Terry was
But this time, we have
better
to
than
account
Fire
for
Emblem.
holidays and
I didn't
such,
really care that
so
much
we're
personally
filming
'cause
2
I never
months
played
in
it.
advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Byleth from the Fire Emblem whatever.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth.
Okay.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay.
They look like bones, and there's a reason for that.
Why?
First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator.
Sure, let's do that.
The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
Okay.
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this. It was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
I guess that's a good move, sure.
you can do awful things like this.
Oh, I guess that's cool.
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage. Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges.
I guess that's
So
pretty cool.
that's the up special. Now for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
Sure.
If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here. Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft
way.
part is weaker,
What? No way.
so it's not suited to close combat.
Oh.
It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's
Okay,
why,
that's
as a rule,
pretty good attention to
you
detail, I
want to hit with
suppose.
the blade part aimed upward, or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit. Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Oh.
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir.
I am a man
It's
of
named
the
after a
desert.
weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
Bowser.
And for the down special,
Bowser's my go-to in Ultimate, actually.
Byleth channels
He used
all
to
their
be-
energy
he used to be
into a
Link.
devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different.
What makes it different?
When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Oh.
which allows you to withstand an attack.
Oh. Okay.
Just so you know,
Why?
if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
You'll beat What?
it plays
That's
out like this.
bull.
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage,
Why do you get super armor? You don't have any armor.
unless you get grabbed.
Good.
Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly
I guess that's
change
kind of
direction.
decently cool.
Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
Okay.
It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
It is as if that.
By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get
Oh, so
loads of counters.
don't use this move against like a third of
It
the
hits
characters in the
with that much
game.
power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of block.
It's not that many, but it's like,
Using easily
dude, there's like
anticipated
8 characters
attacks
in
like this,
Fire
you
Emblem
just
like
get
in the
hit
game.
by
Like
counter after counter.
it's like almost
Next,
a tenth
you
of the
have the neutral
characters in the
moves.
game, basically.
The bow you use is called Falmouth, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it. And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow.
What?
First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
You
I
can
guess.
perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it, not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Good. Take that.
Once you've entered
Honestly,
the
I'm
stance,
so upset. So
you won't be
disappointing.
able to do anything,
This is super lame.
which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters.
Like,
who
any
have
of
a
you
move
that are
with a
happy about this,
reflector
like, I
effect.
am
But
glad
you could
that you're
always
happy,
just
but,
aim
like,
into the fray,
I'm
as
just
it
so-
is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version. As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
Oh.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final Smash?
I don't know, did we?
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery.
Like, even if I played this
This is
game,
how Garreg Mach
I still
Monastery
wouldn't
is
be
laid out in the original game.
excited for this.
From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral, all
Like, this
in
is
one
basically like
stage.
them adding another Peach to, like, Mario Kart. Basically.
It's the type of
Except for
stage that
there's less
rotates through
peaches
different areas, such as
than
these
there are
four.
Fire Emblem characters.
Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them,
An item might appear.
the stage will expand to the left and right.
Oh.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might.
It's not spelled Ado. Okay. I don't
Edelgard
understand
is
what
one
the
of the
point.
characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll
Do
go
people
through some
think that
terrible
she's a guard?
ordeals.
Obviously, she's just her name. I don't
You'll notice there are prominent
You have a
chandeliers
distinction
above the
pointing
stage.
that out.
It's possible to knock them down.
Oh, okay. That's a thing.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though.
So if you use someone to launch,
So,
you can get up
it's nice
there.
if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go. I made it. And you can knock it down.
Okay.
Also, you can break this table. Like so. Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
And then
Next
the third
up,
place
the bridge.
is the other house.
The camera
right, or
rotates
something?
90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
Is it? It looks about the same. Unless it gets wider. Oh, okay, it is wider.
It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series.
Oh.
I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap.
Oh.
The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly. The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flayn, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flayn. She seems to be under
does.
the protection of him and Rhea,
He
who you can
appears to be
see fighting
standing there
during
with
the
his
opening of
arms
Fire Emblem Three
crossed.
Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flayn might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes.
Oh my god. Didn't we already see Byleth in action?
Okay,
Oh great,
today
Joker.
we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages. That'll give us
Yeah.
precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker!
Good.
And Hero!
I don't understand. Are they just running off the
Gee,
stage?
we really made a lot, huh? Banjo!
They're just
By
running
now,
off the
I
stage?
think you know what I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing. You're just
But
running off
basically,
the
I'm
stage.
trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily.
Why'd you
Oh,
bother
this is
having?
bad.
Why'd you bother
Enemies.
even making the team like that? Just do. Oh,
I better keep my distance.
I tagged. I see. Never mind. I
I'll
understand.
use this chance to attack. Got him. That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. He perfect shielded that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected. Good, there's Mom. You're in a good spot, Mom. I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up. I can't waste this chance. There's another Smash Ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for? There's still more. Whack.
Get the thing. Yep.
Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine.
So you can't take
Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
Oh.
Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added. This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new Classic Mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to it.
It turns into a Fire Emblem character.
Now for the
Or
Mii Fighter
something.
costumes.
Oh, God.
Please take a look.
Way too much Fire Emblem stuff in this game. Super Smash Bros. Fire Emblem. Is that Edward? Is that Alta? Dude, hey, an actual cool thing. Altair, is it gonna have like other ones too? Have Edward and Ezio's. This is the first actual cool thing in it. That's actually cool. The assassin hood, Altair's, rabbits, hats. Cool. Cooler than Fire Emblem, honestly. Being added into it. Fire Emblem's fine. It's just way too much in this game. Mega Man, okay. That's cool too. What else? Oh my god. I was gonna say, I really hope that they remake Battle Network for the Switch, because I love that game. So I'm really excited to see that there. So if that means that they're gonna... Oh my god, I'd be so happy if they remade Battle Network. Oh, Cuphead? Cuphead me? Villager. I really hope that Battle Network gets remade. Kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is being remade for the Switch, because that game was so much fun. They could do so much with it. Cuphead, that's pretty cool. You can basically have Cuphead. Cool. The Mii Fighters are actually cool. Or the costumes, whatever. The Altair one is wicked cool. I hope they add more Assassin's Creed. I mean, they're all more or less the same, but they have differences to them. But they're not characters. 75 cents each. Those should be included. Are they included in the Fire Pass? They're probably not,
This
which is
time we're
ridiculous.
releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added.
Alright, that's...
It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well.
Yeah, I actually kind of did enjoy those.
After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo.
Dark Samus.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
No, that's tomorrow. It's pretty cool. And now there's going to be 5 more.
And now, with the addition of Violet, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker,
Terrible.
Hero, Banjo
Decent.
and Kazooie,
Good.
Terry Bogard,
Fine.
and Violet.
Terrible. What a horrible
From more
overall
than 70
Fighter
fighters,
Pass.
only 5 have been added.
But 5 more are going to be added
But I
for
must
another
say,
25
this
bucks.
game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there?
I guess.
When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Do you really, though?
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well,
5 more.
have a look.
No way! I didn't predict this way long time ago, along with a lot of other people. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Challenger pack, so there's gonna be 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 more. Yeah.
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time.
Is it gonna
For
be
this
6
reason,
more Fire
we will
Emblem
be releasing the
characters?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so
Yeah,
please
fat
keep an
chance
eye out.
I'm gonna be pre-purchasing that.
Now that it's
this
official,
time around.
we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed.
Yeah.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase
After
it.
this Fighter Pass?
Furthermore,
Hell
the new
no.
additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them.
What, you mean good characters that are actually
But I
worth
still
having in the
hope
game?
you'll look forward to it.
I'm so bitter about this. What a
We're
waste.
also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2.
What?
Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Is that a Link Mii Fighter costume?
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
Oh,
Wild.
okay. That's fine.
This will not
That's
be
cool,
for
I
sale
guess.
individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
The only way I'll pre-purchase the whole pass will be if the first character that's released is actually...
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world.
Yeah, no kidding.
Personally,
I
I don't
assumed
know if
that.
it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a fighting game. It's not like a Tekken fighting game, and it's a
It
fighting
seems like
game.
Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales.
Congratulations,
However, I'm not
Super
sure if
Smash
this is
Bros. Ultimate.
There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
Okay, that makes one of us.
The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC.
Yeah, probably like
Which
before the
means
game release.
no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard.
There's
so
no
I
way
hope
that
you
I
can
was
continue to
just-
support us. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, when you release the next, when you announce the next one, maybe I'll consider getting it. But nah, man, that Let's pause this. Wow, I am so disappointed. What a terrible like way to end the fighter pass. Like Joker, a lot of you guys probably like Persona. I honestly couldn't care less. So like for you guys that like it, great, but I don't care. Dragon Quest Hero, that's cool, I guess. It's better than Fire Emblem, but it's basically similar to Fire Emblem. It's like too similar. There's like way too many characters like that already, in my opinion. But at least it's a different game, so fine. That's fine. Crash Bandicoot, actually unique. So I like Crash Bandicoot being included. That's the kind of character I was expecting to be in the game. And then what's his name? Terry Bogard from Street Fighter. That fits. That makes sense. I didn't play it really, like very little. Like I've never really been super into Street Fighter or anything like that. So like I know a lot of people are, so that's fine. It works. It's again better than Fire Emblem because at least it's unique and has more whatever. Byleth. There's already too many Fire Emblem characters. Too many. Way too many. It's already oversaturated. Like, I'm so disappointed that they added another one. And, like, I guarantee you in the next Fighter Pass with the 6 of them, at least one of them, if not more, will be Fire Emblem characters. I like the Mii costumes, especially the Altair and the Mega Man Battle Network costume, which makes me hope. The thing, honestly, that I'm most excited about is the fact that the Battle Network costume's included, which makes me think it's possible that they're going to remake Battle Network. Because I loved that game, like I said during the video. I loved that game on Game Boy Advance. I played the hell out of that game. It was awesome and fun. I really enjoyed it. So hopefully that happens. That's the only silver lining I'm really seeing on this. I figured, like, when the original Fighter Pass pack got announced that they were going to do more. I didn't think that was going to be just that. And that's it. So there's 6 of them this time. I don't know who they're going to be. And they already decided who they're going to be. So, like, they didn't take requests from people. They just decided what they wanted to do. And I don't really... Also, the fact that, honestly, everyone's like, why isn't it Waluigi? It should probably be Waluigi. It should have been Waluigi at this point. Why isn't he in the game? I'm not even, like, one of those, like, Waluigi people, like, Waluigi stands, as people like to say now. Sure, it'd be another Mario character, but, like, Mario is way more of, like, it makes more sense. At least Waluigi is... sort of, I don't know, I guess, I don't know. It would behoove them to put Waluigi as the first, or as the first, if he's the first character for the next one, I'll pre-purchase the whole thing. If he's not, and it's another Fire Emblem type character in general, I will be waiting until the end to consider getting each one, whatever. Just really disappointed. Meh. Whatever. And again, if any of you guys like any or all or whatever, if you're excited about this, then like don't take what I'm saying like as an attack on you in any way. Like I'm happy for you to be excited. I am just sharing my thoughts and opinions that I personally am super disappointed in this. So let me know in the comments below how you feel about this. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Are you super extraordinarily disappointed like me? Do you want to get the Fighter Pass 2, Volume 2? Like, you're going to pre-purchase it? You're going to wait and see what they're going to have in it? What about the Mii costumes? What about the whatever? Well, like this video if you liked it for whatever reason. If you liked my commentary or whatever. Subscribe if you would like to see my thoughts and opinions on other things, and I can provide you with news. I'm going to release some, like, when games go on sale. I was requested that today. I meant to do that before. I just haven't, for some reason, done it. I'll give you guys updates on that, like, on a semi-regular basis, whatever I can do. Lots of gameplay videos, so you guys can check out games before you buy them, in case you're interested in them. I play for like an hour, and other stuff. So, yeah. Subscribe and share this if you think anybody else would want to find out that Byleth, another Fire Emblem character, is in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and for some reason they didn't find out otherwise. If you think anyone will be entertained by my commentary, I don't know, man. I'm so disappointed. I feel like I'd rather play the first tree than have watched this. But all right, I'm out of here now. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you watched the whole thing and whatever, hey, I appreciate it. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.